Welcome to Silencing the Inner Critic. Today we are talking about the voice in your head that won't shut the fuck up. The inner critic. The constant stream of thoughts telling you that you're not good enough, or smart enough, or worthy enough, or ready enough. The voice that says, who do you think you are? Don't be too big. Keep yourself small. Stay safe. The voice that says you'll fail, you'll embarrass yourself, people will judge you. The voice that says stay quiet, stay hidden, don't try, and so on and so on. And it's the voice that lives in your head, and we all have it. And when you're living in your head, and you're constantly thinking and analysing, calculating, worrying, that voice becomes loud and dominant. It doesn't just speak to you, it controls you. It dominates your thoughts. It dominates your actions and your entire nervous system. And it keeps you in the stress response 24/7. Fight, flight, freeze, or fawn all day, every day. And it's exhausting. But here's what most people don't know. We have an inner knowing, and it lives somewhere else. The inner knowing lives in your heart. It's the quiet whisper beneath all of the noise in your head. It's the gentle truth that says you are worthy, you are loved, you are perfect just as you are. It's where the divine spark lives, the little piece of God that is inside of you. And that knowing has always been there. You've just forgotten how to hear it. Because the inner critic has become so loud and the knowing is so quiet, you can't hear the whisper. Because the critic is screaming all day long. So here's what we need to do. Firstly, we need to acknowledge how real and loud the inner critic is. That's real and that's valid. We need to question its authority, and then we need to drop out of the head and into the heart, where the knowing lives, where the divine spark lives in all of us. And the more you focus here, the louder the whisper gets. The more you ignite that spark, the clearer your knowing, your inner knowing becomes, until you know, not think, but know that you're worthy. You know that you're loved. You know that you are perfect exactly as you are. So today, we're going to silence the fucking critic. And we're going to turn up the volume on the knowing. That's always been there. So let's begin. Before we start, I want you to rate something on a scale of 0 to 10. How loud is the inner critic right now? How much is it dominating your thoughts, your nervous system, and your life? So 0 being it's completely silent, and 10 being it's deafening, it's constant, and it's controlling everything. So find your number, make a mental note. Okay, you got it? Okay, let's start with some grounding. So this time we're going to be grounding specifically into your heart space. So if you feel ready, close your eyes down, if that feels safe. Become aware of your breath and take a very slow but meaningful breath in through your nose. Notice the sensations of your breath. And then as you exhale, make a sound or a sigh. And then breathing in again. Fill up the lungs, breathe into the body. And let the breath go through the mouth. Okay, one more time, the slowest breath yet. Breathing in. This time, blowing the breath out of your mouth. And as you exhale, bring your hands into your heart and notice the beat beneath your palms. Steady, strong. And here, this is your center. Bring all of your awareness here. Out of the thoughts, out of the noise, out of the critic, down into your chest, into your heart. Feel the warmth beneath your palms. Feel the rhythm of the beat in your chest, the life. This is where your knowing lives. Underneath all of the noise of the head. It's been here the whole time. Beating, knowing, holding the truth of who you really are. And I invite you to breathe into your heart, breathe into your hands. Imagine breathing directly into this space, filling it with light, filling it with warmth, with presence. And as you exhale, imagine any tension in your head releasing. The thoughts quieting, the critic softening. Just for a moment. Just enough to feel what's here in your heart. The quiet whisper. The divine spark, the knowing. You don't have to hear it clearly yet. Just acknowledge that it's there. Beneath everything else. Waiting to be heard. Take one more breath in. Into the heart. Imagine your heart expanding as you breathe in. And as you exhale, gently open your eyes. But keep your awareness here in your chest. Keep the awareness here in your heart. Okay, let's tap. Find the side of your hand. Tapping with me. And repeating after me. Out loud if you can. Even though the inner critic is so loud and it's been controlling my entire life, I choose to drop into my heart anyway. Even though the voice tells me I'm not good enough and I've believed it for so long, I choose to listen to my inner knowing anyway. Even though the critic screams while the knowing whispers, I choose to turn the volume up on the truth anyway. I choose to forgive, love, and accept myself. I choose to forgive, love, and accept myself. One more time. I choose to forgive, love, and accept myself. Top of the head. The inner critic is so loud. Eyebrow. And it never shuts up. Side of eye. You're not good enough, it says. Under eye. You're not smart enough. Or worthy enough. Under nose. Who do you think you are? Chin. Don't be too big. Stay small. Stay safe. Collarbone. You'll fail. You'll embarrass yourself. Underarm. People will judge you. People will laugh. Inner wrist. So stay quiet, stay hidden, don't try. Thumb. This voice dominates everything. Index finger. My thoughts, my actions, and my nervous system. Middle finger. It keeps me in a stress response. Ring finger. Fight, flight, freeze, or fawn all the time. Pinky finger. and I can't escape it. Okay, take a breath. Just notice what you're feeling in your body. Okay, now we're going to question its authority. Top of the head. Breathing in. Nice breath out. What if this critic is lying? Eyebrow. What if it's trying to keep me small? Side of eye. What if it's not the truth? It's just fear? Under eye. What if my heart knows better? Under nose. What if there's a quieter voice beneath all of this noise? Chin. What if my inner knowing has been here the whole time? Collarbone. What if I've just been too loud in my head to hear it? Underarm. What if I can drop out of my head? Inner wrist. What if I can come into my heart? Thumb. What if there's a divine spark there? Index finger. And what if that spark knows the truth? Middle finger. What if I'm worthy? I'm loved and I'm perfect as I am? Ring finger. What if the knowing is real? Pinky finger. And what if I'm ready to hear it? Okay. Take a slow breath in. Slow breath out. Okay, let's drop into the heart. Top of head. I'm dropping out of my head. Eyebrow. And dropping into my heart. Side of eye. I place my awareness in my heart. Under eye. In my chest, my center. Under nose. Where the divine spark lives. Chin. Where my knowing lives. Collarbone. I breathe into this space. Underarm. I ignite the spark. Inner wrist. I turn up the volume on the whisper. Thumb. I hear the truth now. Index finger. I am worthy. Middle finger. I'm loved. Ring finger. I am perfect as I am. Little finger. The knowing is louder than the critic. Okay. Take a deep breath in. Hold it at the top. And then blow it out of your mouth. Big, long exhale. Let the body soften. And then checking in. Once again, rating the inner critic from 0 to 10. How loud is it now? Has anything shifted? Maybe you can hear the knowing beneath it. Maybe you feel more centered in your heart. Just notice. So you let the inner critic speak its worst. And you question its authority. And then you dropped into your heart where the knowing is. Where the knowing lives. And the critic doesn't disappear overnight. It's been running your life for a long time. Sometimes it's louder than others. But now you know where to go when it gets loud. drop out of your head and you come into your heart. The place where the spark lives, the divine spark, the whisper, the knowing that's always been there. Because you are worthy, you are loved, and you are perfect, just as you are. And that's not the critic talking, that's the truth, the absolute truth. The critic lies. The heart tells the truth. Place your hand on your heart and repeat after me out loud if you can. I drop into my heart and listen to the knowing. The divine spark within me knows the truth. That I am worthy, that I am loved, and that I am enough just as I am. Okay, take one final breath. Nice long exhale out. Welcome back to the heart. Thanks for tapping with me, and I'll see you next time.